You know how you go on a trip sometimes and you see things and it changes the way you live your life? My trip to Guatemala in 2005 with the Cascade Medical Team right out of Eugene did that for me. I have never experienced poverty like that before. I've never seen people so poor, living in such poor conditions, and yet they're so happy and kind and glad to see you and welcoming and bring you into their home. It was the most amazing experience of my life. So I'm excited to get to share this with you, plus to show you local folks who give of their time and go down there and actually take care of these folks' needs. So tonight we're going to show you a couple different stories from Guatemala, in addition to a whole bunch of other stuff. And then over the coming weeks, we'll show you even more. And the last week of the month, I'm going to show you the entire special as it sits together. So enjoy.
This is a KEZI 9 News Special Edition. Mission of Mercy with Rick Dancer.
Hi, I'm Rick Dancer with KEZI 9 News. For the next half hour, we're going to take you on a journey through Guatemala. We're going with a group of 133 doctors, surgeons, dentists, and nurses and peers who truly see the world as a place without borders. Cascade Medical Team is not out to change the world, but in the process of taking care of people's basic needs, Guatemala is changing. These are the people of Guatemala.
I can tell you Guatemala is color, life, culture, and everything.
A country of 1.5 million people, and that number is rising rapidly.
I think we are a happy people. I think we love to work.
A country roughly the size of the state of Tennessee. A landscape of high mountains, jungles, big cities, but most all villages tucked away in the countryside.
Yeah, you just fall in love with them, and they're just, and they're all happy. It just blows your mind.
Many of the people still live in shack dirt floors. They wash their clothes by hand, cook on an open fire, grow their own food. They are survivors.
We had suffered a lot in our history, but we have one of the most richest cultures in the world.
30 years of war and revolution, decades putting up with corrupt governments, and the extreme poverty. All facts of life that continue to overshadow Guatemala.
In Guatemala, we need to have like something to believe and to have like hope. That's it, hope that we have a better life.
They believe in God, trust in family, and hope for their country. But the younger generation is frustrated.
The poverty, ignorance, and corruption, mainly in the government, that leads to all these cycles.
They now have a new government, a good leader.
And this one, for example, doesn't have any money, so they can't help the education, they can't help their own people.
They try through education to encourage change, and they graciously look to others for assistance.
In a perfect world, we could all experience this, and we could all be able to and people wouldn't have to live like this.
Teams of people like the Cascade Medical Team out of Lane County understand what's going on and the importance of the littles.
You get Guatemala or you don't. And if you get it, there is no vaccine. ¿Por qué viene a la clínica hoy?
Gail Norris understands Guatemala. She and the others just keep coming back. The best way to affect people is to take care of their most needs.
There is so much need in this country, and what little we can do to help them is just wonderful. It's God's service.
So, like soldiers, the doctors, nurses, dentists, and surgeons come and do what they're trained to do.
The people were wonderful, yeah, and resilient, tough, and so patient.
And the stove team comes to make life a little easier for the people in the villages.
But I think right now we're changing. We are looking for another opportunities, and we want to be a better country.
Guatemala is a place of great contrasts. There's something peaceful about it, and yet violence is always a threat. It's a beautiful country, but you have to really look beyond the suffering to see it. Guatemala. Once you get it, there's no turning back.